Hey, what's up guys? This is Clint Losh with CrushTheDonks.com, and for today's little strategy tip, we're going to be talking about handling downswings. As most of you know, I'm in the staking business, staking a lot of players. I've been doing it for the past several years. And when you stake a lot of players, you deal with a lot of different personalities and how people hand the dreaded yet inevitable downswings that happen in your games. I pretty much become more of a psychiatrist these days rather than a poker player or coach. Just a matter of managing personalities when it comes to downswings, because as I said, we all go through them, but we all handle them differently. And how you handle a downswing can really have a direct impact on your overall profitability and your overall success as a poker player. So what I'm going to do in this little video is just talk about some average downswings that you can expect in your games, how to deal with them. I am certainly not an expert by any means, but I'm going to be talking from personal experience from my own game, handling my own swings, and talking about what works for other players that I'm working with on a daily basis and what they do to fight through their dreaded downswings. So, first thing, it's important to understand what type of swings that you can expect in your particular game. Now, as I go through these are averages. You might be definitely on the higher end sometimes. If you feel that you reach the higher end, it still could be variance. But when playing 6 to 45 man games, 20 to 30 buy-in swings, downswings, are very common. So if you're in the middle of one, understand that you could be playing a perfect game and simply just having one of those bad swings where the cards just aren't falling your way. When you start reaching the 50 buy-in and 70 buy-in, maybe for the 45 mans, you should really start to be reaching your max downswing. Because if you're getting way past that in these types of games, then there may be something wrong with your game, because variance can only account for so much, and then there might be, again, something that's snuck into your game while you're in the middle of this downswing that might be causing you to have a longer downswing and a bigger one. Now, if you're playing 20, 30 tables, obviously your swings are going to be bigger. Lower ROI, you could have a bad 25 game session and easily hit 50 buy-in swing over the course of a day or two. So this is definitely more for players playing an average amount of tables, 8 tables, 10 tables, 12 tables. If you're a mass tabler, this doesn't really apply. But if you're also a mass tabler, you're probably used to the swings. You get the long-term aspects. So that's for 6 to 45 mans. 180 mans can definitely have much bigger swings, especially if you're playing the $3 rebuys, $8 180 mans, $15 180 mans plus. 200 buy-in downswings can definitely be common. That's definitely probably on the higher end, but in playing a $15 games, having a $3,000 downswing is not uncommon in these. But definitely 100 buy-in swings can be on average. And again, we're talking about low to mid stakes. As you get to higher stakes, your $160 games, $100 games plus, swings are going to be a little bit bigger. You're dealing with much better competition on average. But I know most of you that are watching this are probably in the under $30 buy-in range. So this is typically what you're going to be faced with. And I want to point this out because it can help manage your expectations. If you're in a 100 buy-in downswing in 180 mans, understand that that can be completely normal. Okay? Now, when you have a downswing, everybody always refers to downswings and then potentially going on tilt. I think a lot of people associate tilt with breaking computers and throwing stuff against the wall. It doesn't have to mean that at all. Some of us do that, but really what that means is tilt. It just means that you're playing a suboptimal game due to these outside forces, like bad cards, your normal downswing, whatever, that's causing you to get frustrated, just not playing the best game that you can play. That's what going on tilt means, is that these other forces are causing you to play a suboptimal game. Okay? So don't think that just because you're not, putting a hole in your wall that you're not tilting. Tilting you can just be when you go from your A game to your C game. Okay? So now how to deal with all this. We understand that they happen. We understand that all of us go on tilt one form of another. Some more subdued than others, some more aggressive in their anger, but nonetheless we all go through it. So a question that's always posed to me is, should I keep playing through downswings? Should I stop? I always say, look, it's perfectly fine to be playing through downswings as long as you're not tilting. As long as you understand that you're just dealing with some variance, you can go ahead and keep playing. Don't think that you automatically have to stop because you're losing. Stop if you're losing if you feel that you're not going to continue to play your A game. But if you're a solid winning player, you know you're solid, you've done it over a large sample of games, keep fighting through, keep playing. But if you do tilt, if you do find that sometimes you just freak out, just take a break. It's no big deal. Have an outlet. Go do something else. Go work out. Go watch a movie. Do whatever. Another thing that I actually recommend the players is, if you need to let go of some anger, go down to a 1 cent, 2 cent cash game and put a couple bucks on there. Go nuts. Donk off your entire stack. Who cares? Go yell at a couple players. It doesn't matter. It's $2, right? That can be a good outlet just to release the anger for a couple minutes. But what this all comes down to, though, and I think why some people go through longer downswings than others, is confidence. Confidence in your own abilities, confidence in your game. And that's really the key aspect here, because if you're going through a 20 or 30 buy-in downswing, your natural reaction is to start questioning your own game. And if you start questioning your own game, then you might start changing your game, which was probably a winning one, and now you might be doing things differently because you've lost confidence. You're not sure if your ranges are correct or what you should be opening with, whatever. Confidence is key. So if you can maintain your confidence in your game and maintain your consistency, again, keep playing through those downswings. But if you start to lose that confidence, your game is just going to change from game to game. And I think that's something we all go through at some point in terms of questioning our own game. So it is a matter of being very comfortable with your strategy. And if you're not, obviously talk with somebody, talk with another winning player, talk with a coach to give you that confidence that, hey, you're playing okay, you're just going through some variance. And in terms of that lack of confidence, though, I find that tilt comes in two forms in terms of at the table type of tilt, or when you change your game. I find that players either become too conservative because they're on a downswing, or they become too aggressive. And by conservative, I mean, when I'm talking to players that are going through a downswing, and I'm reviewing their game, and I start asking why they didn't make this shove or that shove. That it might be a wide shove, for example, but it's a plus EV one. I start hearing answers that I want to play more conservative. I don't want to take the wide shove while I'm in a downswing. I just want to make the money right now, get some confidence. That can actually have the reverse effect that you want by playing conservative. A plus EV play is going to be a plus EV play, guys. You're making these plus EV plays so that you can add chips to your stack. If you start passing up on them because you don't think that they're conservative and you think that they're too loose or whatever, what that'll lead to is not putting enough chips in your stack, getting into the push-fold game sooner rather than later, leaving your game up to the forces of the cards that come out on the board because you're just in push-fold mode the entire time. And you're just getting short stack too easy, and you're not going to run deep or finish in first place enough. So playing more conservative, again, can have the reverse effect. So if you find yourself doing that, stop. Go play your normal game. Check your ranges in your ICM calculator to give you that confidence. But don't all of a sudden become conservative because you're in the midst of a downswing. The other form of tilt is becoming more aggressive. This was actually my problem for a long time that I realized. That if I would go on a downswing, I used to start forcing situations, 3-betting a little bit wider, shoving a little bit deeper, and in reality, nothing can end the game quicker than shoving too light in a certain scenario, or 3-betting too light in the wrong scenario. You could play the perfect game. You shove too late one time, it usually costs your entire stack. So that usually comes into two forms. Figure out which one you fall into. Some are more conservative. Some players like me start forcing situations. But again, this comes down to confidence again. Once you get that confidence in your own game, you can start avoiding these scenarios. And you can continue to keep playing through those dreaded downswings. So if you want to get confidence in your own game, talk with other players, go over to our members portal, join for $7, guys. Community of hundreds of players. You can have the confidence of talking to them, posting hands, getting reviews, obviously watching videos, seeing if you're playing the correct game. So that can really help with maintaining that confidence. And also in terms of downswings and tilt and concerned about your bankroll, you can also get staked. We're staking hundreds of players. Go ahead on over to our stake player page, fill out an application, and that might be just the thing you need to help with your downswings, managing tilt, and add some potential discipline to your game. So thanks for listening to this, and stay tuned for the next strategy video here at crushthedonks.com.